Well, Black and White Network, I want to start off with a question. Is it bad enough yet? Is it bad enough for you yet under the Harris-Biden administration? I know for me, man, it's bad. It is bad. And we're really going to be focusing on more the illegal immigration than the economy in this video. If you're actually out there in the inner city, things are very, very bad. Now, this may not directly be threatening you yet, but trust me, this will be coming to a neighborhood near you if you actually vote for Kamala Harris and she actually gets into the White House. Now, one of the biggest questions that people have is about the border. Now, my take is, do you guys actually think Kamala Harris is going to do anything about the border? She's not. She's been in charge with Joe Biden for the past almost 4 years. She has done nothing on the border. And don't tell me about that quote unquote bipartisan border bill that they say is the most secure border bill, the toughest border bill we've ever had. No, it was going to just legalize the illegal stuff that Harris and Biden were already doing. It was going to allow 5,000 illegal aliens into the country every single day. Almost 2 million a year. Now, that actually brings us to these Venezuelan gangs that we've been hearing about. Tren de Aragua. That gang, man, is very, very dangerous. And Kamala Harris let them into this country. This is her fault. And by the way, guys, I'm blaming you Democrat voters and you people that plan to vote for Kamala Harris. This is on you. Yes, I'm actually pointing the finger at Democrat voters. You guys voted for this. And when your daughters end up in prostitution, know what? You voted for it, folks. You voted for it. The media has been trying to demonize Trump and Trump supporters, but we actually want the border secure. The media doesn't, because the media is perfectly okay with women being trafficked. And Kamala Harris is the ringleader, folks. She is the madam. This is her doing, man. She was actually put in charge of that border. She's the border czar, but she has allowed these gangs into neighborhoods. And folks, we got some news here, man. It's bad. It's bad across 8 states. Now, we already talked about Colorado in the Denver area where the same gang took over apartment complexes and started making residents pay rent to them. Yes, these illegal aliens brought in by Kamala Harris. But you guys are going to go out there and vote for this? Guys, share this video, please. Share this video with your Democrat voting friends. People that say, oh, I'm going to vote for Kamala Harris no matter what. After this, they may actually change their mind, folks. So let's go and get into it. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member, live stream every single Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you're watching on Rumble, click the join button to get access to the same thing. And everyone can also support us by becoming a member on blackandwhitenetwork.com or supporting us on Locals, both for just $5 per month. Check the links in the description. So here we go. Right here, guys. This is on the New York Post here. How migrant gang Tren de Aragua is luring women into forced prostitution in 8 states, including along NYC's Market of Sweethearts. Now, folks, we're not really just talking about blue states. We're also talking about red states. Texas is included in this. This is what happens, folks, when you don't enforce immigration laws. When you let any and everyone in. And I already talked about this, guys. 85% of the people that have crossed the border illegally have been let in and they're staying here. And this gang is a real problem, folks. Look here. It says the vicious Venezuelan migrant gang, illegal aliens, Tren de Aragua, is luring desperate women deep into the heart of the U.S., forcing them to sell their bodies on the streets of American cities to pay off exorbitant smuggling fees. So they're trafficking these women into the U.S. and they're running prostitution rings led by Kamala Harris because she allows them to come in. A newly leaked law enforcement document obtained by the Post reveals at least 8 states have seen an explosion in illegal alien prostitution since the gang laid down roots in the U.S., with authorities in Texas, red state, Nevada, definitely leaning towards being a red state, Illinois, blue state, California, blue state, Florida, red state, Georgia, red state, New Jersey, blue state, and New York, blue state, now fighting to curtail the sex trade, the memo shows. See, I told you guys, it's not just a blue state problem, it's also a red state problem. It goes on, it says, and the victims may be operating out in the open on the streets of New York City. On Roosevelt Avenue in Queens, sex workers and madams openly ply their trade on sidewalks. So, right there, guys, right there, they got the faces blurred out right there. That's them right there. And Tren de Aragua is trafficking them with the blessings of Kamala Harris, you Democrat voters. This is with her blessing. When you leave the border wide open, this is what happens. And this is going to destroy the economy even more. It's called the Market of Sweethearts, and it's bustling every day of the week. One suspected brothel operates openly across from 2 elementary schools, folks. Kamala Harris voters, are you paying attention? Now, you people in New York City, guys, are you guys going to wake up and change your voting habits? Now, based on the polling, I don't think so. Yes, definitely New York State is going to lean more to the right. But maybe it's not bad enough for the people out there. They're still going to vote blue no matter who. No matter if it actually hurts their lives. They don't care. Wow. Anyway, with parents walking their kids past these seedy joints hawker as they head to class. So little kids are being exposed to prostitution. Courtesy of Kamala Harris. Law enforcement agencies or law enforcement sources in New York said the storefront brothels are suspected of having ties to Tren de Aragua, which recruits members and victims out of city migrant shelters. Yet the people that Kamala Harris is bringing in, they're being taken out of these shelters by the gangs and forced into prostitution. In the Big Apple, Tren de Aragua is trying to recruit foot soldiers to force women into sex trafficking in hopes that it will become a main source of income for the gang, according to the leaked memo. All of these guys, every single one of them should be deported. Every single one of them. I'm all for mass deportations, folks. And when Trump gets in office, because we know Democrats are not going to do anything about this. Nothing. This gang needs to be the first one to go. Trump needs to deport every single one of these scumbags. Every single one. Here we go again. For so many women caught up in the vicious cycle of sex trafficking, the promise of a life in the U.S. is nothing more than an inescapable prison sentence, according to the memo, which was circulated to federal and local law enforcement agencies across the country. Quote, once their fee is paid, they're allegedly free to go, the memo said. For some women, the debt is almost impossible to pay off due to penalty fees added by Tren de Aragua members as punishment. The gang, which started as a Venezuelan prison gang, has made its presence in the U.S. known in recent months as multi-state migrant crime syndicate engaging in gun smuggling. I thought the Democrats were against guns, but it's perfectly okay for this gang, right? It's perfectly okay for this gang, but they want to come after your guns, right? Kamala Harris is doing nothing about this. Thefts, shootings in apartment and hotel takeovers. It has been subject to at least 100 law enforcement investigations across the U.S. Yes, folks, I'm extremely mad about this. Very mad about this. Now, I'm not going to read this whole thing, but look at this right here. In addition to the gang sex trafficking in New York, the gang also took over the Gateway Hotel in the West Texas border city. I think they're talking about El Paso. Wielding guns and hatchets while also engaging in fights that led to 700 calls to cops. This is right out here in Texas, folks. Yeah, this is a picture here, the Gateway Hotel. And looks like, they shut it down. So that hotel is now shut down. Now they're actually looking to expand the operations to North Carolina now. This is Kamala Harris's fault. She did this. Check this out. How NYC's sanctuary status allows bloodthirsty illegal alien gang Tren de Aragua to thrive in Big Apple's shelters. Yes, New York City, you're a sanctuary city. Sanctuary city for criminals and traffickers. Human traffickers are allowed to do whatever they want to do. This is what happens, folks, when you vote Democrat. This is what happens. This is crazy, man. The Big Apple's migrant-friendly sanctuary city status has allowed the vicious Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua to flourish inside local migrant shelters, handcuffing cops and keeping immigration agents in the dark. Law enforcement tells the Post. Yeah, because New York City is a sanctuary city, so therefore they're not going to cooperate with ICE to actually get these people off the streets. Yeah, this is what happens when you vote for Kamala Harris, folks. The gang has infiltrated the shelter system to build a criminal enterprise that peddles drugs, guns, and women in the 5 boroughs, but the restricted policy largely bars the NYPD from policing the facilities and prohibits the city from tipping off federal immigration agents about dangerous illegal aliens, the sources said. Quote, "It was an unintended consequence of this administration's policies," a source with U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement in New York told the Post. Quote, "However, the New York City Council and the mayor's office exacerbated the issue with policies that ignore federal law." Yeah. See, they don't care about you. Eric Adams, Kathy Hochul, these Democrats running New York. This is what happens, man, when you vote Democrat. Quote, "They claim they are protecting the communities from ICE, all the while releasing these dangerous criminals back into the communities they preyed upon." Yeah. If you vote Democrat, folks, you're voting for criminals. I mean, it could be your daughter next, man. It could be your daughter. But however, now I'm going to vote Democrat. That's why I said, guys, you got to share this video, man, with your Kamala Harris supporters. She's a trafficker, man. She is a madam. She is the head honcho because she was put in charge of that border, folks. She's allowed these gangs to get in. She is at the head of the prostitution ring that's going on in this country, man. Our streets are in major danger with Kamala Harris. Major danger. When is it going to be bad enough for you folks that want to continue to vote for Democrats? When is it? Is it actually going to take Your daughter being trafficked by this gang? You're probably going to say, well, I really wish they would do something and I don't want my daughter in that, but hey, I'm going to vote Democrat anyway. That's crazy, man. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. You people definitely got to wake up, man. I was stunned when I saw this. You better vote Trump, man, if you actually want the streets to get cleaned up. Because all these major cities, man, that are run by Democrats, man, they look bad. They're hellholes, man. And the media, if you guys keep believing the mainstream media, man, I feel sorry for you because they're nothing but liars. They're nothing but liars. Kamala Harris is going to do nothing about that border. Nothing. And thank God now, man, some of these polls are definitely backfiring now on Kamala Harris. I know I was fired up in this video, guys, because this really, really did piss me off. It really, really did. This is the worst candidate probably ever to run for president in Kamala Harris. She's running, she's hiding because she can't defend her record. When I was actually watching some of the Monday Night Football games yesterday, I saw some Kamala Harris ads. She's always talking about, we're not going back. But newsflash, I want to go back. And a whole bunch of people want to go back to the Trump years, where I don't believe anybody even heard of this game when Trump was in office. We didn't have this problem. These people need to be deported immediately. Every single last one of them. Every single illegal alien in this country needs to be deported. It's going to take a while, guys. I got to be honest. I'm not even sure Trump can actually do it all in 4 years. Not really sure. Because that just tells you how many illegal aliens Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have actually let into this country. I believe it's over 20 million. But like Trump and J.D. Vance said, you got to start with the most dangerous ones. And this gang right here seems to be right up at the top. Right up at the top, guys. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.